serious note, so cue the serious music. Today I'm going to get real with you guys, and I'm going to talk about some of my personal experiences, and I want to start this video with a disclaimer. This video has been inspired by a video that went around on the internet a lot about 4 years ago. The video is titled Dear Fat People. Watch it at your own risk. It is still online, unfortunately. YouTube took it down for a little while, but they allowed it to be put back, which I personally don't understand at all because I don't think that video really benefits anybody, but I cannot personally control that. The video that was made, I will not expose who made it. Again, watch it at your own risk. If you want to go and look for it, go ahead. Just know that it is very offensive to a lot of people, and if you are not at a good space with your mental health and with your mental well-being, then I don't recommend watching it at all because it will set you farther back, chances are, than it will set you forward. The video was supposed to be comedic, and I, along with a lot of other people, did not find it comedic at all. I've struggled with anorexia and bulimia for the past 5 years, and it has not been easy at all. About 2 years ago, I was constantly in and out of the hospital dealing with multiple health problems, both psychiatric problems and physical health problems, because if you don't know a lot about eating disorders, they can be fatal if not treated. I was doing really horrible things to my body, and I won't get into a lot of it, but I will just say that it wasn't pretty and it wasn't good, and my body kind of hated me for it for a while, but luckily I am doing better now and my body is functioning pretty much normal again, but I still do have problems, and sometimes, and obviously I wish that that wasn't my life and that that wasn't happening to me, but it is what it is. This binder contains all of the work that I have done on myself in the past 2 years. I hid my struggles from my family for a really long time because I didn't want them to find out and throw me into treatment because I did not want to get better. Eventually my parents ended up finding out about the struggles I was having, and of course they put me into treatment immediately, and from then on I had no choice but to work on myself. I spent a lot of nights with my mom sitting at the kitchen table with a plate of graham crackers and frosting in front of me with tears in my eyes at 10 o'clock at night, sitting there doing nothing. And I just want to say I hated my mom in those moments, but without her I would not be at the place that I am now, and I am incredibly thankful for her because she put everything she had on the line so that I could get better. And during the process of me getting better, my mom developed breast cancer, and so she was fighting for her own life, but she valued me enough to fight for mine as well. So all of those times that I was in the hospital and my mom was in chemo and having different surgeries, she was there with me, no matter what. So I want to just say thank you, Mom, for all that you have done for me, and I will never forget that. Wow, I didn't think I was gonna cry. Thankfully, my mom and I are both doing so much better now, and my mom is cancer-free for the last, I think it's been 2 years now. So she is cancer-free, she's doing really well, and she is very healthy and back to her life and the activities that she was doing before. This video is not meant for me to get sympathy from anybody, because that is completely not the point of this video. The point of this video is to validate those who have been hurt. This video is to validate those who don't feel as great as me right now. I want to tell you that I relate and that it's okay to not be okay, because there are so many people that feel like they don't have the right to not be okay. I know when I wasn't okay, I felt like I didn't have the right to be upset. I felt like I didn't have the right to feel how I was feeling because I had an amazing family with supportive parents, and I had great friends, and I went to a great school, and I lived in an amazing neighborhood, and I had all of these things and all of these opportunities that so many people didn't have, yet I was upset and self-loathing, and I thought for such a long time it was something that I could just stop one day, and I didn't. I honest to God, think that I could not have gotten better without professional treatment and without an intervention from my family and a professional treatment standpoint. I want to make this video for anybody out there that's feeling self-conscious or depressed or anxious. And I want to tell you that no matter how you're feeling right now in this minute, you're going to turn back around. You're going to be okay in the future, because emotions don't last forever, and statistically speaking, don't quote me, I could be wrong, but from what I remember, solid emotions only last, I think it's up to 8 minutes. So feeling pure sadness or pure anger only lasts up to 8 minutes. We feel so many different emotions in a day, it's crazy, and chances are a lot of those emotions aren't positive. If you are struggling, just know you're not alone, because there are so many people out there that are going through very similar struggles and very similar feelings as you are going through right now. There is always going to be people that understand and are willing to open themselves up, even if you don't feel like they understand. Even if you don't feel like you have anybody that understands and you feel really alone, just know that there's always going to be somebody that is willing to pick you up and to help you crawl out of the hole that you're in. Whether it is a stranger, a teacher, a parent, a sibling, a cousin, I don't know your life. But there's always going to be somebody to help you, even if you don't see it right in front of you. There are so many resources that are available, especially with the internet being a thing. There are so many resources, and I'll link some of the things that have helped me down below. And I know a lot of people shy away from getting professional help for moral reasons or cultural reasons or financial issues, and just know if you are facing any financial issues, there is always a way to get help, even with really crappy insurance, or if you don't have insurance at all. I know where I live, so in the state of California, Medi-Cal is something that is a insurance for people who do not have the means to afford to buy private insurance, and they have a lot of options for therapy. They always try to help, even though it is kind of harder and it does take a lot more calls, but there is resources. So just know that if you're here in California. I'm not sure about other states, but know there's resources. Anyways, point being, if you don't love yourself right now, you will someday. And I know that sometimes the feeling of loneliness and the feeling of sadness sometimes can overpower the feeling of accomplishment or the feeling of pride. It's so damn important to look at the tiny things, even the most minuscule, caterpillar-sized of things, to think about those things, even if the rest of your day fucking sucked. But just remember that you did something, whether it was you made someone smile when they didn't want to smile, whether you did better on a test than you've done before, or whether you helped someone in some way. Even if somebody drops something and you pick it up for them, you helped that person out. So think about those things and realize those are accomplishments. So no matter how small an accomplishment, you should never forget about it. Like I said so many times earlier, if you're not feeling good now, you will someday. But in order to feel good and in order to feel better, you have to put work and effort into being your own self-advocate. My parents were great during my time of need. My parents were there for me 24/7, and they were big advocates for me. And for a while I was in therapy and programs in treatment, I wasn't getting what I needed to get out of it. But eventually along the line, I realized that I wasn't going to get better until I wanted to get better and until I was my own self-advocate, because I couldn't tell people what I needed until I realized what I need. It's not that easy to just stop throwing up if you're bulimic. It's not that easy to start eating if you're anorexic. It's not that easy to stop hurting yourself if you're depressed. It's not that easy to stop having panic attacks if you're anxious. And a lot of people think you can just stop all of these things one day. I had so many people tell me, how hard is it to just swallow food? How hard is it to not cry when there's a plate of food in front of you? And things like that, I honestly don't know the answer to. But those aren't things you can stop in a single day. Those are things that take time and effort. Like, god damn it, I have honestly worked on my life more in the past 2 years than I have ever worked on anything in my entire life, but it has been so worth it. There have been nights where I have been sad, where I have felt like a complete failure, and I have thought I have not come far enough, and I have not come as far as I should have by now, and I've just felt like giving up. I've had small relapses where I just did give up for a day or a week or even a month, but I've always come back around, because when you realize you want something, it is so important to stay driven and to stay motivated and to stay focused, because it's so easy to stop. It's so easy to give up on something, but it's worth it in the end, especially when it's something that will improve your mental well-being, because bad mental well-being equals a bad life. Good mental well-being equals a fuller and more fulfilled life. Just keep that in mind. Something I want to say is I want to talk about this box. This box used to house very detrimental things to me. In this box used to be laxatives, calorie logs, water pills. It used to house things that were so detrimental to not only my mental health, but my physical health as well. Finally, when I entered treatment, I kept this box in my room, but I did not open it. I let it sit in my room for 1.5 years without opening it, because I was too afraid to throw it away. And I would look at it when I would clean my room, and I would just think, no, I'm not ready yet. I'm just going to keep it on the table. And then finally, about 6 months ago, I was cleaning my room one day, and I realized that it's just a box, and that the things inside of it aren't benefiting me in any way, so why do I need those things? I associated this box with memories of who I used to be, and I never wanted to forget it. But I realized that there was no purpose. I associated this box with something so bad when in reality it's just a box. So finally, one day, I was cleaning my room, and I sat there on the floor, and I literally stared at it for 30 minutes, uninterrupted, and I decided to throw everything away. So I put everything in a bag, walked it out to my trash can, and it was really hard, but I made it. I walked back inside, and I picked up all the junk on my floor that I had no place for, and I put it in this box. So this box that once housed things that were so horrible to me, and now it houses things like retainers and makeup and safety scissors. And now I'm able to look back and think, this is just a box, and it sounds small and it sounds stupid, but that's one of the biggest victories I've had. Obviously, I still have anorexia, and I still have bulimia, but I am in recovery maintenance, and I'm not actively in it. I still have thoughts about food every single day, but my relationship with food is a lot healthier than it used to be, and now I am in a good physical health standpoint, as well as in semi-okay mental health standpoint, and that is the biggest victory I've ever had in my entire life. I think every day about how grateful I am for the opportunities that I have had and for the things that have made me better. I honestly think without professional help, I could not have gotten to the point that I am at now. The point of this video wasn't to make anybody feel sorry for me. The point of this video was to try and lift someone up and to make you feel like you're not alone. If you're not okay, it's okay, boo. We've all been there. If you're not there yet, that's fine. If you're not to where I am right now, that's totally okay, because I have 100% faith in you that you will be someday. Because everybody's strong, even if they don't realize it. Sometimes you just have to dig deep and you have to realize what is your jam, what is your anthem, and what gets you going and what gets you motivated. Even though it took me so long to be even semi-okay, now that I'm here, it feels better than ever. And obviously I still struggle every day, but I have learned how to tolerate those feelings that I have and to make my voice heard, because once my voice was so meek and non-existent, but now I want to make my voice heard. I want to tell my story, and I want to impact another individual in some way, whether it is big or small. But this video was intended to make you feel stronger and to make you realize that you have a voice. Hello. You are not alone. There's always someone that's going to be willing to help you, even if it's not right in front of your face right now. If anybody needs any resources, I will be linking things down below, so go ahead and check those things out if you are struggling. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you didn't, that's totally okay. 2 years ago, I probably would have cried if somebody disliked this video, but realistically, I'm gonna get a lot of dislikes. But if you did like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing a lot more videos like this. Let me know in the comments down below if you liked this video. I really just want to make somebody feel good, and that's kind of the whole point of this video. So that's all I have to say. But just remember that you are your biggest advocate and you are the most important person in your life. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye!